everyone, and welcome into the Writers Roundtable. I'm Taylor Stern, joined today by Brian Broaddus, Dave Hillman, and Rob Phillips. Rookie minicamp is in the books, and the guys got a first taste of what it's like to be a professional football player. Some were used to it, some weren't, coming from different schools, different backgrounds. But Rob, I'll start with you. What guy out of the guys who were out there this past weekend really impressed you the most?
Well, I don't know if you look at any of the guys that were out there and say Pro Bowl for any of them, because it's a lot of drill work. It's a lot of instructional work.
A lot of gym shorts and
a lot of running around in shorts, no pads, none of that stuff. But I do think you can glean some things from it. You watch the cornerbacks. Cheeto Awuzie, we only got to see him for one day because the third day wasn't open. He didn't show up till the second day because of graduation. Jordan Lewis, their third-round pick. The fluidity of which they move, the movements, that you can tell why they were drafted as high as they were. They've got a lot of athleticism. I thought for Cheeto in particular, just the fact that he said, he went to graduate from Colorado, spent all night up until 5 a.m. getting back on Saturday, studying his playbook, getting ready. That was impressive as well. A lot of versatility at those positions, so we'll see what they can do, but they were impressive in the short sample size that we saw.
You know what I was really excited about, and there wasn't a lot of it given that they were running around in shorts and no pads, but I love how many guys in this rookie class can do return. There were, I think, four guys. There were four guys out there. Jordan Lewis, Ryan Switzer, Cade Harrington, tryout running back, and then Jihad Thomas, the free agent running back they brought in, all of whom have kick and punt return experience in college, all of whom were out there taking reps. Punt and kick return has been kind of lackluster on this team since Dwayne Harris left a couple years ago. Lance Dunbar is another guy that left in free agency this year. So, I mean, you have Cole Beasley and Lucky Whitehead still, obviously. But again, it hasn't been a strength of your team for about 2 years now. So I'm intrigued to see, you've got 3 or 4 options on this team that maybe you find a new return guy this year from a rookie. I'd like to see what those guys can do.
Sure, that made Bisaccia very happy.
Yeah, I like what everybody's saying about the versatility. When you talk about what Rob was saying, that with the cornerbacks were, a lot of different positions. They're playing right, left, somewhere in the slot. I thought that was really, really cool for, the flexibility part. I like what Dave's talking about with the kick and punt returns group. And I'll focus on one of those guys. Ryan Switzer, and I'll knee-jerk here. Ryan Switzer looks like he could play right now. And if you look at what he does, and they figured it out real quickly with him, if you watch the explosiveness, and that's really what you're seeing. It's not so much about competition, but it's about how good athletes are these guys really. And so, with that being said, you did see them do some things with Ryan Switzer, bring him in motion, let him go up inside, work some option routes, bounce it to the outside, even play some on the outside. So I feel like that they got a plan for him. That they in the 4th round, they knew they needed to go get some type of an explosive player, and that's what they've done.
One name we haven't mentioned yet, though, and I'm sure a lot of fans, just because of the name, are curious to know, how did Taco do in his first weekend as a Dallas Cowboy, playing with these coaches, hearing from Coach Marinelli especially? What did you guys see from him? Anything that really stood out?
There's one thing, and again, I know we're a broken record, but there's so little actual football going on in these rookie camps. They're just trying to get these guys' feet underneath them. The one thing I'll say about Taco is he has been indoctrinated into the Cowboys spotlight, and he's handled it really well. I mean, you go back to draft weekend, all the attention that was on him as a first-round pick, and it's even more so when you come here with the rest of the rookies. You can kind of see the contrast between how much attention is being paid by the media to your number 28 overall pick as opposed to other guys. I think he held 2 or 3 separate press conferences over the course of the weekend. And he, like I said, he's handled it really well. He's a really even-tempered guy, which I think is impressive for somebody that's just coming in, starting their career.
You need to be that way with Coach Marinelli.
Exactly.
Marinelli did say he didn't want to compare him to anybody that he's had before, but he said balance and bend coming around the edge reminds him a little bit of David Irving, and he didn't want to go as far as say Leon Lett, his new position coach, who had a pretty good career in Dallas. But for his size, that's what they're hoping for as an edge rusher, a guy who can move inside as well.
Yeah, playing the right end too. That's what they've got him doing. So that's going to be a big responsibility, at least starting out. I'm going to be honest here. I felt like Lenny Jones, who was a player that they brought in at the end of
player.
Yeah, the player they brought in at the end of
last. The first round pick.
No,
Let's talk about this guy.
But I'm just saying, if you want to say a guy that showed more explosiveness, more quickness, more ability to beat people off the jump, I thought Lenny Jones had a really good 3 days of doing that. I think Taco he's going to have to learn. He's going to have to learn how to play with quickness. He's going to have to learn how to play with bend. These are things you saw with him, though, at flashes at Michigan. But he's got to be more consistent doing it. And we're going to get into camp. It's the athletic stuff I was talking about. Give me a guy that's going to win off this first step, and I'll be happy with him. Lenny Jones did that. I didn't see Taco Charlton do that all the time.
Hey, you got to recommit every day, and that's what these guys have to do.
Hard guy to impress
and,
right
here.
Here.
Brian just said you got to recommit, be consistent, but we do have OTAs starting up next week where we will see these veterans and these rookies mixed together, really showing who's who out there. So stay tuned to everything on DallasCowboys.com, and thank you so much for watching.